All right, Ruth, make Louis take his seat. All right, it's time. We're going to call to order the best Rotary Club in the... And Mike, do we have are you invocating? Up, we need a... Teak, we need a mic.
Testing. There we go. If you please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for this food. Please bless the hands that have nourished it or prepared it for our nourishment. Be with us in this coming week and everything we do. Help shape our lives in your vision and help us to continue doing our good work through Rotary. And let's watch over the Seahawks on Sunday. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right. Our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And our four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And David Bricka, do we have a song?
We do have a song on this beautiful, bright, sunny day. Let's sing America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, David. All right. While we're getting seated, do we have any visiting Rotarians? Any visiting Rotarians? Do we have any guests of Rotarians? We have one. Teak, we need a mic up here and back there.
I brought a buddy, Mark Summers from Skagit Plumbing here. So he's looking into joining a Rotary and wanted to come visit, see what it's like. So be on your best behavior today.
All right. Thank you. Welcome. And moving into club business and announcements. I'm going to be stocking the food pantry right after this. And the bingo game the other night raised enough money that the next food purchase will all be cash from the bingo night. We are moving forward with our doing a public service thing for putting in a wheelchair lift for somebody who we've been working with. So that's on order and we're waiting for that to come in. And we may have a small work party. It may just be 2 or 3 people. We don't need much work, but it'll be installing it. And Steve Massey's, I guess, a master at this kind of stuff. So he's already done 1 or 2 of these. So we're going to be working with him. The Rusty Zipper group came up with a quick work party idea to help a family up in Hamilton clean up some flood damage here this last weekend. And that went really well. It was really nasty and muddy and disgusting everywhere, but we got a lot of work done. Let's see. The last Thursday was our bingo and pizza night. We had a decent turnout. However, if you did not attend the bingo and pizza night, I'm thinking that's going to cost you $1. Whenever our Sergeant at Arms gets out here, except for Joe Jones. It does not cost Joe Jones any. He donated the water for our event. Let's see. Our monthly team should be continuing on with the preparation for your live auction idea. So make sure if you haven't heard from your team or your team captain, get in touch with them now. It isn't like you should just sit there and wait for somebody to call you. Get a hold of somebody and find out what you guys are moving forward with if you haven't heard anything. We were going to have silent auction items today. Our problem lies in we still do not have a place to store things. And what's that? We're close. Travis is close, so we'll talk about that. And just what you'll find is your presidency will be happier if you do things that make Ruth's life easier. So whatever that works, that would be perfect. Our March 5th meeting will be dessert dash signups, decoration ideas, scholarship committee. So Tiffany, is that you and Joe Ellen on decorations? So make sure you guys carve out some time on that date to put together a plan and share that with everybody. On April 2nd, we're going to have auctioneer here to meet and preview items, confirm rentals, and do final stuff. The May 7th meeting will be work party during the meeting, load and prep for 5 p.m. delivery and bar setup and such. And then May 8th will be our setup, all hands on deck. Just talked to Nathan Salsina. This came up in November about a work party up at Olmsted Park about planting trees. Nathan's had a lot on his plate and we've had flooding, all sorts of catastrophe and stuff. But I nailed him down this morning and we're going to, in the next 30 days, we're going to try to get the trees planted. This is going to be a bit of a work party. We're going to need some folks with weed eaters. Mike, your big steel blade weed blackberry whacker, you're going to need to break that back out and we'll drag that up there. We're going to need some folks with weed eaters that'll tackle blackberries and light brush, some people to help clean up the brush, and then another team to plant the 50 trees that we have. So as soon as I start looking ahead at the calendar, I talked to him right before this meeting, so haven't had a chance to look at the calendar to see what that's going to take. But if you haven't been up to Olmsted Park lately, wow, it looks incredible. They're working on finishing the caretakers building up there. And Mayor, your crew has been doing a great job up there. Nathan was saying he'd like to put some sort of rotary plaque or a rotary wheel on the bridge up there that we helped pay for and that some folks from Janicki's got together and built. I swear they built this bridge. If it was wider, it would carry a bulldozer. It is a monstrous heavy duty bridge. Skagit Trail Builders are involved in connecting some of the trails. So eventually you'll be able to stop out on Helmick Road, hike on the trails, cross the bridge, go onto the campus at the Swift Center up there and follow the trails around the little lake up there and then up to the top of the hill there where the parking is and all that. The goal is to get that lake all ready for the fishing derby, which I think is in May. So we're going to try to get trees planted and brush cleared out by early March. So keep that in the back of your head. And let's see, Team February. Teak has asked that anybody on Team February meet with him prior to leaving today. And Brock, do you have anything you wanted to make an announcement on? Mike's coming.
Thank you. So I'm pleased to announce that Stiles Law Firm is going to be celebrating our 75th year in Sedro Woolley. So Dad started the practice back in early 1951. Followed by Brian and then myself and then Tim. So, but I do have to tell everybody, I've been asked this, is I have not been here all 75 years, okay? So I know people are thinking about that. I've only been here 40 of them. Tim's been with us for 10 years. So we have a party down at the local shop on February the 27th between 4:30 and 7:30. And so everybody's invited. Hope to see you there.
All right. Thank you and congratulations. All right. Tiffany and Teak, do we have a raffle?
We do have a raffle today. You want to get us One late entry on the turn it on. Turn it on and let's grab a number. Okay. These dark balls, I always have trouble. 11. 11. Okay, Ruth. What can we get you? Oh, okay.
That'll be a
she
dollar for that
gets,
week's spend.
$25 from Sedro Woolley Auto Parts. What a bargain.
But that'll be a dollar
You've just
today
gotta
for
be
the
you.
week spend.
Just be you.
Okay, let's go again. She didn't like the first one. 29. 29. All right.
So if this keeps going, I'll be next, right?
Could be. Oh, oh, he missed the cash and got into sorry. So sorry. Another one. Uh, 67.
Whoa,
Come on, somebody's got
57? Is it 57 or 67? 67.
67. Carl. Yeah. Okay. Another one, 25 at Sedro Woolley Auto Parts. Okay, let's do one more since we got one sorry. $70. 70. All right.
And Tiffany, can you pull one more number for me?
No, John's got the enthusiasm. Oh, $10 cash. Okay, you can invest next week.
All right, we have a special winner this time. Number 9. Who's number 9?
Number 9.
Everybody is hiding. Okay, Chad, come on up. So before the bingo, I cleaned out the closet. Chad, you now own about 6 pairs of socks. Brand new,
Right.
brand new socks. And if we could recognize Tomash back there, he's now officially a member. I found his Rotary packet with a button in there and everything. So he's you now I guess we're going to expect you here all the time, but yeah, he's now officially a member. All right. And let's see. Once again, the bingo game went really well. Chris, thank you for tipping my helpers. They got a kick out of that. Of course, you won 2 games in a row, so I don't know. And Joe, thank you for still having the stacks of water back there. We used it to go with the 20 Domino's pizzas. All right. And we're on to Sergeant at Arms. Pat, you're up.
All right, by order of the president, if you were not at the bingo party, you owe $1. If you showed up late, entered the raffle anyway, and still won, that'll be $1. And then if you have a birthday or anniversary this month, that'll be $2. And Ruth, did you throw in for the week spin? Awesome. All right. From there, we have Winter Olympic trivia. Since you guys have the smallest table, I will give you the easiest question. Which country is hosting the Winter Olympics this year? Italy is correct. You guys are free. Okay. How many times has the U.S. hosted the Winter Olympics? How many times has the U.S. hosted the Winter Olympics? We got a 5, we got a 4. Okay, we got a 5 and a 3. Are we going, which one are you going with? It is. That'll be $1 from you folks. Thank you. And thank you, Tiffany, for helping. All right. Amongst the American athletes, who has won the most career medals in the Winter Olympics? Yes, sir. Okay, your guess is Eric Heiden, and it's most total medals. Some speed skater. All right. What's your answer? All right. The guess is Eric Heiden. The answer is Apollo Antonono. So you guys own $1. Oh, $1. $1. Do you want that to be the next question? No, he's won 8. All right. It's not too bad. Which U.S. city is slated to host the Winter Olympics in 2034? I'll give you a hint. It's someplace that has hosted it before. Is that the answer? All right, that's true, but I gave you too much of a hint. We still owe $1. All right, the U.S. has hosted 4, which is the most. Which country has hosted the second most? No. Is that the answer? All right, France is correct. You guys are good. All right. Amongst all athletes, who has won the most career medals in the Winter Olympics? Yeah, we're on Winter Olympic trivia, so. And do we have anybody online? Okay. That's the question. Yes, which person? The U.S. athlete. Right. No, it is a Norwegian named Marit Bjorgen. She is the queen of cross-country skiing, has won 15 medals. So you guys owe $1. All right, to our online folks. How many people have won a Olympic medal in both the Winter and Summer Olympics? So just need number of people who've won in both.
Go with the 2.
The answer is 6, 3 of whom are Americans. So onliners, you owe $1 next time we see you.
Happy bucks.
Happy bucks. Who's happy today? Keith's happy.
I have a happy 50. That represents the number of years I've been in the insurance industry. Of those, 49 with State Farm. My official last day was January 31st. So this is my first week of not reporting to the office.
I have $5. It's kind of a fiver for happiness and being able to warn everybody. $5 because I'm about to start the process of giving away tens of thousands of Rotary dollars.
So if you're on the scholarship committee, look for some emails.
I just got $5 because I walked to Rotary today in my shirt, no jacket. How cool is that?
A happy 10 and an appreciation for everyone helping me with Team February.
I got a happy 5. Lynn should owe $1 because he stole my happy bucks. That is the first Zoom inductee in 2020. After 6 years, I got my my button.
I've got a happy 20. Michael and I are headed to New Orleans this week. This weekend. I've never been. We're celebrating our dear friend Lindsay Bowen's 50th birthday, which is next Tuesday. And also today, February 5th, marks the 101st birthday of George Seabrickett Jr., my amazing late father.
I got a happy 10. I got a couple of things actually. Big first one is a shout out to Mike here. He came to the rescue of my poor kiddo yesterday. Ash has an ESA animal, and it's actually a bunny that's been with her for over 3 years now. It brings her a lot of help and with all kinds of issues. And she lost it at the high school, and it was scary, really scary. But Mike found her and calmed her down. They found the bunny. And so that was awesome. So thank you, Mike. I also am very happy that there are still good people in the world. Definitely. Somebody accidentally hit my Rotary car out there, but they left a note, and you don't see that very often. So yeah, it just reminded me that there are good people in the world and honest ones. Thanks.
Mine's a two-parter. Just happy Joe Jones is here. If we can give him a big round of applause. He comes about once every 6 months. And I'm happy weather related as well. I was in St. Louis for a conference for the last 4 days, and it was a high of 24 degrees, snow everywhere, and came back to this. I don't know why I have a jacket on, but yeah, I'm very happy for where we live. This is amazing.
All right, and I have a happy 20, as a couple folks have commented. I haven't been around at meetings a lot lately. That is because August 1st of last year, our first grandchild was born. However, Oliver was only 25 weeks along at that time, 1 pound, 12 ounces when he was born. And he came home from the hospital on January the 21st. So beyond thrilled that he's finally home. So very happy.
Congratulations. All right. Early leavers, that'll be a couple of bucks, but it's Crystal Ball Day today. Crystal Ball. So Mike and Mark, you guys are ready to roll with the crystal ball? Here we go.
Okay, well, I would like to invite everybody to stick around. Those of you who are leaving Joe Jones, you're missing your opportunity one more time to win one of these fine trophies, but hey, whatever. So there you go. Hey, this is the meeting you all wait for every year. We're going to award those beautiful trophies there. One of you is going to get the crystal ball, and one of you is going to get the horse's ass. The way this works, we're doing this all again online. At 12:35, actually right now, you should be receiving an email that has a link to the test. You have until next Thursday at 11:30 to take the test if you want to think about any of it. If you can't do it online for whatever reason, let me know and I can get you I'll email you a hard copy that you can get back to me. As far as what we're going to do today, first thing we're going to do is read you the questions off of this year's test. And then I will reveal the answers to last year's test. And then Mr. Nilsson will do what he does best and make fun of people. So at this time, I'd like to have Bill McCann come up and read the test for this year.
Jeff reminded me that this time last year I was actually residing in a care center, so I'm really happy to be here doing this. Couple preliminary things. First of all, I always like to use my time to remember the heart and soul of this test, and that was John Ward. He did it and put it together with us and then before us for years and years. My other observation is that my time doing the crystal ball test predates my membership by close to 20 years. My dad took me to a meeting back when I first came back to Sedro Woolley. Incidentally, for those who knew him, he actually passed away 30 years ago yesterday. Seems like time flies. The final thing I want to say is that more than 60 years ago, I was in a group called DMLA, if anybody has ever heard of that. And we did certain rituals. And we had to do this before people from the outside and be critiqued. And one of the people that was criticizing us made a point to tell us that we were a little weak in our pronunciation. That's what he said, pronunciation. Anyway, I haven't gotten any better. I used the mic. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, I haven't gotten any better in my pronunciation since that time. And some of these questions have names that are a little hard to pronounce. I'm going to read the questions. You can go online and read them for yourself and see if I got it right. But as you know, the test is divided into various sections. The first section is the international section. The first question under international is, will there be a moon landing anytime before December 1st, 2026, by any country, whether by astronauts or drones? This is my pronunciation problem. Next one. 2, will Ayatollah Ali Khamenei still be the supreme leader of Iran on December 1st, 2026? 3, will Russia and the Ukraine sign a peace treaty before December 1st, 2026? 4, will Venezuela's exiled opposition leader Maria Corina Machado Barisca, who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2025, be installed as president before December 1st, 2026? And 5, will Ahmad Hussein al-Shahara still be president of Syria on December 1st, 2026? Moving on to the next category, which is national. Number 1, will the Democratic Party win control of both houses of the United States Congress after the 2026 elections? 2, will any member of the United States Supreme Court leave their position in 2026? 3, will the price of a troy ounce of silver exceed $150 at any time in 2026? Currently trading around $80 for those who are interested. 4, will Kristi Noem, United States Secretary of Homeland Security, still hold her position on December 1st, 2026? And 5, will any member of the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, be indicted for their actions in 2026? State and local, will there be a major earthquake magnitude 6 or greater in Washington in 2026? 2, will Joe Burns be elected to serve on the Skagit County Board of Commissioners in the 2026 general election? He was just appointed to finish the remainder of Lisa Janicki's term. 3, will Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers restaurant, which has announced plans to open a location in Burlington, break ground on construction by December 1st, 2026? 4, will the new Sedro Woolley School District Superintendent be hired from within the district? Of course, these are all yes or no questions in case you didn't realize that. 5, will the Mount Vernon flood wall have to be raised at any time between March 1st, 2026 and December 31st, 2026? Sports. Will Cooper McLeod, formerly of Burlington, medal in speed skating at the 2026 Winter Olympics, which are going on right now? 2, will Lindsey Vaughn complete her comeback in skiing and medal in the 2026 Winter Olympics? As you know, that drama has increased because she wrecked her knee, but she says she's still going to do it. 3, will the USA national men's soccer team make it to the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup in 2026? According to Mike, there's a chance of that actually happening. 4, will Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners hit 50 or more home runs in the 2026 regular season after his historic 60 home run season in 2025? 5, will the Gonzaga men's basketball team make it to a return visit to the Elite Eight of the NCAA basketball tournament in 2026? Next category is miscellaneous, or as we lovingly call it, who cares? 1, will the Cedar Woolley High School fast pitch softball team make a return visit to the state tournament for the 3rd year in a row in 2026? As we might remember, they actually won the 2A state tournament 2 years ago and finished 3rd in the 3A tournament this last year. Is that correct, Mike? 3, will the WSU Cougars defeat the UW Huskies in the 2026 Apple Cup? 4, will King Charles III still be the monarch of the United Kingdom on December 1st, 2026? And 5, will the movie Train Dreams, in which former Cedar Woolley High School teacher Wayne Ramsey has a small part, win any of the 4 Academy Awards it was nominated for in the 2026 ceremony? And in case some of these questions, what? I skipped 2? Oh, I'm sorry, I did skip 2. Now, 2, will Tiger Woods continue his comeback and win a tournament of any kind in 2026? He's turned 50 and therefore qualifies as eligible to compete in the championship or senior tour. Moving along, we have a couple alternate questions in case one of our other ones fails. Number 1, will the Seattle Kraken finish the 2026 regular season with better than the 4th best record in the Pacific Division of the Western Conference of NHL? With their win last night, they're in 3rd, but they're within reaching distance of first, and they're also awful close to being booted out because it's very, very bunched up. 2, will Microsoft stock, which is currently trading around $425 per share, have a stock price to exceed $550 per share at any time in 2026? Tiebreakers. The first one is total number of registered runners in the Great Cedar Woolley Foot Race. Total provided by Kyle Rutherford. In 2025, over 700 registered. And finally, number 2 of the tiebreakers, total goals scored by the Seattle Sounders in the 2026 MLS regular season. It'd be 34 matches. And I'm done.
Well, I'd like to give a big thank you to Bill. He's been doing this for a long time, and he every year comes up with a bunch of great questions and helps me grade this thing and get it done. He's just been a big help over the many years that I've been doing this. And thank you to all the committee members that submitted questions and helped grade the test and let me know what was going on. Now, we're going to read the questions from last year's test and give you the answers. So if you can remember what you answered, then you can grade your test as you go along. But like most of us, probably don't. In the international section, as Justin Trudeau resigns as Canada's prime minister, will leading contender Chrystia Freeland become the second woman to become the prime minister of Canada? The answer to that was no. The Honorable Mark Carney succeeded Justin Trudeau. Number 2, still in the news. Will Greenland successfully separate from Denmark and become an independent nation by December 1st, 2025? Answer to that question is no. Number 3, and we've had a question like this every year for the last 4 years, I guess. Will a ceasefire agreement happen between Russia and the Ukraine by August 1st, 2025? The answer, unfortunately, is no. Number 4, will a two-state solution be agreed upon for Israel and the Palestine by 12/1? The answer to that was no. Number 5, after more than 2 years with no leader, former Army Chief Joseph Anoun has been elected president of Lebanon. Will he still be president on December 1st? And he was and is. In the national section, current New York City Mayor Eric Adams was facing federal corruption trial scheduled for April of 2025. He's also up for re-election in November. Will he be re-elected and still be the mayor of New York City on December 1st, 2025? Answer to that was no. Eric Adams didn't even make it to the general election. He was defeated in the primaries. Number 2, will the 4 currently stranded astronauts who arrived at the International Space Station on June 5th of 2025 and were supposed to have stayed only 8 days be brought home by May 1st? They returned home on March 18th of 2025. The answer to that is yes. 3, will any members of the Cabinet of the United States resign before September 1st, 2025? Surprisingly, no, nobody resigned. Will Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell still have a job at the end of 2025? The answer to that was yes, but he's under fire again, and our president has already named a successor. Number 5, will mortgage interest rates drop below 5.75 at any point in 2025? According to Aldi, who's vice president at People's Bank, the answer to that was no. In the state and local section, will Washington lawmakers finally ditch the switch and move to stick with permanent standard time? Well, we still switched back to daylight savings time, and we'll do it again this year. So the answer to that is no. 2, will Brian Kohlberger be found guilty of murdering 4 University of Idaho students by December 1st of 2025? The answer to that was yes. He pled guilty in order to avoid the death sentence on July 3rd of last year. Will the 3 dams on the Skagit River be re-permitted by the end of 2025? And the answer to that is no. There's been more extensions, and it's still ongoing. Will the North Cascade Pass open on or before May 1st? It opened on April 22nd at 10 o'clock a.m., so the answer was yes. Number 5, will there be any measurable snowfall on Big Lake between February 13th and the end of 2025, as measured by myself at my house in Big Lake? And the answer to that question was yes. There was actually measurable snowfall on Valentine's Day. It was all melted by the afternoon, but in the morning we woke up to snow. In the sports section, will the Seattle Mariners win more than 90 games in the 2025 regular season? The Mariners had a great run, but they didn't win more than 90 games. They won exactly 90 games in the regular season. So the answer to that question was no. Will former Seattle Seahawks coach Pete Carroll, the newly hired coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, lead his new team to the playoffs in 2025? As we all are aware of, he was fired after the regular season with a 3-14 record. Will the Sedro Woolley High School fast pitch team qualify for the state 3A tournament in 2025? They did. They placed 3rd. They had another great year. 4, will Rory McIlroy finally win his 5th major championship in 2025. The major tournaments are the Masters, the US Open, the British Open, and the PGA Championship. He did win, completed the career Grand Slam. And finally, 5, will the Seattle Storm and the WNBA make a return to the playoffs in 2025? They did. They lost to the Las Vegas Aces in the first round, though. In the miscellaneous section, will Keir Starmer still be the United Kingdom Prime Minister on December 31st? He was and still is. Number 2, will the Dow Jones Industrial Average exceed 48,500 at any time in 2025? The high was $48,731.16 on 12/24. So yes. Will the National Basketball Association announce an expansion of the league and award Seattle a much desired franchise in 2025? No, possibly in 2026. I heard that our fine governor was meeting with the commissioner of the NBA this morning about something. One can guess. Falling into the who cares department here, will Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announce their engagement by November 1st? They actually did. Engagement was announced on August 26th of 2025. Will the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the universe, membership exceed 95 at any point in 2025? According to Miss Ruth, the answer is yes. We hit 96 at one point. Then the alternate questions. President Trump had floated the idea of establishing a U.S. Bitcoin reserve. Will he act on his statement and implement one before December 1st of 2025? He did. It's kind of one of those questions that you could answer yes, you could answer no. We went with no because he floated the idea, but it didn't work. It doesn't matter because we didn't have to use any of the alternate questions. And will the popular social media platform TikTok be ordered to split from its Chinese owner or be blocked again in the United States? It was ordered to split. It's still in the works. Supposedly they're going to be split. We'll see. As far as the total runs scored by the Mariners, these were your tiebreakers. In the regular season, the Mariners scored 766 runs. That's in over 162 games. Not a bad average. Total goals scored by the Sedro Woolley High School boys soccer team in the 2025 regular season were 36. And that was your test from last year. So who thinks they won? Anybody? This is where we're going to find out. I'd like to call Mark Nilsson up here. We're going to award these trophies. Everybody that took part in the test last year, if you remember or think you did, please stand up.
So, first of all, last year we had 27 people take the test out of what, 90 some in our, that's less than a third. So there's no charge this year. So that should help some of you. You don't have to pay $5. And it's all done online. You don't have to have any paper. It's online. If you can't figure it out, get your 8-year-old grandkid or child to help you with the getting online to do it. And get in here and let's get some more names. I kind of thought maybe it's because I embarrass people. They don't want to do this anymore. But I thought, nah, I'm sure that's not it. So, okay, let's get started. We'll see if some of you are standing that shouldn't be and some of you that are not standing should be. Is Todd right here? He left? Probably a good thing. So I'm going to start here with those that got below 60% right, and then do those that got above 60%. So if you're below 60%, you're not passing. And that's like, if you were in my class at school, you would not be passing. And I'm going to go through this pretty quick this year. I'm not going to take a lot of time, but Todd had 11. So and Charlie Bush is not here either. Yeah, funny how those guys didn't show up here. Tim, where's Tim Howland? Tim, oh, there you are. Did you? So you're retired, right? Oh, are you still taking any classes to keep your education up? Well, there's the problem too. Tim, are you taking any classes to keep up on your education? That'd be a no, I guess. Okay, so. Well, you had 13. You should sit down. You had 13 out of 25, Tim. That's not very good. Mark Vinn's not here. I'd love to wish he would have been here. I could have roasted him. Steve Dahl. Not here either. Boy, funny how these guys with the really low scores aren't here. Neil Rothenbuehler's not here, right? Oh, yeah, there you go. And Rick Lemley. Rick Lemley and I graduated together, class of 72, got 14 out of 25. This is pathetic. I'm embarrassed to say he's one of my fellow graduates. He got what? Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Aldi, you're vice president, huh? Whew, that bar must be pretty low. You had 14 out of 25. You can have a seat. David Bricka. Oh, your dad. He got 14 as well. Yeah, be sure and give him a good razzing. In fact, well, I'll do yours, Chris, right now since you're standing. You did really well again. 19. Now, who handles the explosives in your company? Your dad? We need to reverse that. We don't want things blowing up that, good grief. You should be the person. So you can sit down, Chris. You got 19. Nice job. David Bricka, you still here? Probably shouldn't be. You had 14 as well. You can have a seat. So those are the people that did not get a 60% or better. Let's move on to those that did. Jeff McCann, 15. 15. Yeah, not great. Chris Johnson. Chris is here. You're 15 as well. You're in good company there. And Christine Kilcup's not here. Okay, let's move on. Mike Schweigert. Mike is, where are you, Mike? I can't see you. Oh, there you are. Well, you did, I don't know about your wife. I don't see her on here. Yeah, you didn't sit down, Ellen. So you did better for the first time than your wife. Nice job. She didn't take it. Okay, have a seat, Mike. You had 16. Samantha, you're here, right? 16 as well. Thanks. Have a seat. Mark Crandall. Mark, he's not here. He's got a great name, but he's not here. Travis. Well, now we're getting up some people that did okay. Travis, you got 18. And you and Carl are right there together. Nice job. You got 18 out of 25. Not bad. Have a seat. Eric A. Johnson. Is he Eric? Oh, I don't see you. Okay, well, you got 19. Nice job. And a couple others. Did you? Thanks for making your names identical. It really helps me. Brock Stiles. You had 19. 19, good showing for an attorney. Mike Moser, 19, very good. Chris Rothenberg already did yours at 19. Chad Paulson, 19. These are the blue ribbon folks right here. We're looking good. Don Stryker. Don's not here. He's gone. He did well. He had 19. And then Pat Eason. You had 20. You weren't even standing up. What's wrong with you? You should have been standing. Nice job. 20 out of 25. So here's the deal. I'm down to the last two. And that's funny because I don't know who they are. I was given a rather cryptic email that said that I can't know who the two finalists were. So either I'm one of the smarter guys in the group, or I'm going to be eating a double helping of crow for all the bad things I said about people. So, and go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I do know.
I know that's.
And I'm looking at these three guys standing here. Your names are not on the list. None of you. Louis, you're not on the list. Hey, what? That says something right there. Unfortunately, the winner of one of these trophies isn't here, and the other is here. Huh. The winner of the black ball trophy had a fine score of 10. The winner of the crystal ball trophy had 21. At this time, I will put one in the closet and award the other one to Mr. Mark Nilsson, and it will be the crystal ball trophy.
First, I want to thank all the little people, Louis, Brock. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
The winner of the Black Ball Trophy is Paul Wagner, and neither one of the Wagner boys are here today. So we will wait and award this to Paul. I guess the first meeting he's here. We'll go from there. But again, there should be an email in either your spam folder or your inbox right now that says how you can take the test. If you can't take the test online for whatever reason or didn't get it, let me know and I will make sure you get it and you can get it back to me. So any questions before we adjourn? It all worked out for you, Louis. Thank you, Lynn.
All right. Thank you, Crystal Ball Committee. That is always a highlight. Congratulations, Mark. You deserve it. Thank you for coming today, Mark. Appreciate it. Good to see you here. And if anybody sees Joe or goes to get tires, it's nice to see him in his once or twice a year meeting that he shows up. We do need some help putting stuff away. So if you're able to stay and help put things away, we do that. And remember, Team February, if you can meet with Teak afterwards. Travis? Oh, yeah, we got slips on the table. There's some in the box right here. There's some at the front desk for silent auction items. And with that,